Here at the Qutub Golf Course with Shat Mishra, who is the Vice President of the Golf Foundation, a tour pro on the IGPL and a former junior one who's played for India in multiple events.
Hey guys, it's an honor to be here, and I'm joined by my very dear friend Arjun Malik, one of the top coaches of the country, and it's my pleasure to spend last few days with him.
So we just got over with the 5 days of a really intensive national camp of the Golf Foundation. And Shat, who's recently joined as the vice president of the Golf Foundation, has big dreams related to junior golf. And I've always tried to kind of grow the sport, coming right from the junior levels, moving into the highest pedigree of golfers that India produces. And we straight away struck a chord over there with a very similar intention. And Shat, it's been an absolute pleasure being here. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with these amazing kids. And you guys are doing a great job. But just wanted to touch with you on this, that where is this idea of doing a very intensive camp for 50 kids for 5 days come, where kids have traveled all the way from cities like Calcutta, Bangalore, Mumbai, Chandigarh, all the way to Delhi.
Hi, so first of all, I would like to thank you for taking out the time for these kids and giving them insights on their game. And it was lovely to have you and Asta this week, and I'm sure that these kids are going back with a lot of new learnings and advanced skill sets. And since the day I have assumed office, the whole idea has been that the foundation has been doing a lot of good work for the kids over the past 26 years. This is our 26th year of existence, and now it's about making these kids learn different aspects of the game. What usually happens is the system that we have been following is supporting them with their coaching, equipment, and everything. But these national camps are very important for even for the kids as well as for us to know where they stand, what help they need, and to bring all of them under one umbrella and give them the best we can and leave the rest for them to evolve and mature as a player. So that was the whole idea, and that is the brainchild behind this, that we are planning to do these camps more often, because I personally feel, being a former junior and a top professional, I feel that doing these camps, playing and practicing with your peers, getting to train with the best in the business is something that is going to be with them for a very long time.
Absolutely, I personally feel so, and I was just reading somewhere that a lot of the Indian golfers who've played great globally have come out of the Golf Foundation, namely Shubham Jaglan, Rashid Khan, Chikarangappa, Kapil Kumar, who are tour winners across the world. And obviously, these people have come from backgrounds where they did not have a lot to start with. And Golf Foundation, through the years, has definitely supported them in their dreams, helping their parents out with whatever they need. And you have come and now just taken up a notch of kind of doing a very well organized national camp, having all the right people from the fitness industry, the physiotherapy world, the coaching part of it on a great facility like Qutub Golf Course. So, going forward, do you intend to do more camps of these? And how do you feel that these camps can lead to Indians getting on the international circuits more?
So, to be very honest, Arjun sir, it's about, all these players are good players who practice, who are doing well on different tours, whether it's the feeder tour, the national tour, or on the international circuit. We are blessed as a foundation that we have had some great ambassadors who have given us great pride. Our players have are playing on the DP World Tour, Asian Tour, PG Tour of Americas, and we have winners on almost every tour, including the Asian Tour. So obviously, we have big shoes to fill in and a great legacy to carry forward. But I personally feel these kids, when we talk about getting a good SNC coach, getting a good physio, so the whole idea of this camp was not to be technical, not to be anything, but get the best in all parts of the game, and give them an insight that where you actually stand and what can you do for the remainder of the off season and all, and how you can take it a notch higher. That's why I got you on board. Asta D, who's a top professional who has played on the LET, and Bhavnesh, who is with the BCCI level 3. He's a TPI as well. And the whole idea of getting Bhavnesh was, of course, his domain has been cricket. He has been a TPI, but his domain has been under 19 Indian cricket team. So all the kids of our foundation are below the age of 18. So since I want them to develop into an athlete first before anything else, and that was the whole idea, getting them under TPI screening assessments and telling them that what are the muscles that lack that lack potential and what you need to work on. Similarly, getting Sushila as the physio, she's one of the best physios that I personally worked with. She travels with us on the IGPL tour, and she has worked with the top golfers and currently working with the top golfers. In fact, I personally can add to this that the Asian team for this year is, I think, all of her students. So that is something, getting people with good exposure, good knowledge of the subject, and more importantly, who are good with kids, who love to teach kids and all of this, the whole ecosystem has to come together and has to come in a way that the kids enjoy the camp rather than looking at it as that when the 5 days end. So that was the whole idea. Getting so one of the good things that we did, of course, about it, adding a master class every day by a ex-professional or a subject field. So we had 5 days, five master classes, starting with green reading masterclass, short shaping. Then we had some top
Bunkers.
professionals talk about bunkers, tough lies in bunkers, US college golf, Wagger, international junior golf, discussions on using rules to your advantage, and of course nutrition and injury prevention. So we got the best of the fields to just deliver a class discussion. So I personally feel these kids train a lot, but theoretically they are not being, they're not touching the subjects that they are supposed to touch. And that was the whole idea, and I came up with this when I was making the whole foundation of this camp. And till now the foundation used to have 20 to 40 kids every year supporting, but currently we have 124. So
Wow.
that's a big number, and we are touching, and we are trying to touch more. See, so the whole idea is to give them the best of the things that we can and let them nurture and see the world themselves.
That's, I think, a very, very noble idea. And India needs more foundations. India needs more opportunities, infrastructure growth, investment of time, money, and effort, all three of them, to have more of our people, kids playing well on international circuits, guys turning professionals, getting to the Asian Tour, the DP World Tour, the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour. But it all starts at the grassroots level, it starts at the junior levels. Now, coming back to that, you've been a formal junior number one and you've been a top amateur. You've played a lot of tournaments for the country wearing the Indian blazer, and now you're a professional, obviously. How do you think or how do you feel that growing up there were a lot of things that were not available, or the infrastructure was lacking, there was not enough support, and mostly parents and players or children at that age are trying to figure out everything by themselves? Because that is one massive gap that I feel in the industry, which I am personally trying to address from a technical and a mentorship side of things. But how had you at that point of time gone, become number one in the country, played for the country, won tournaments across the country, and then decided to turn professional? So, what was your, like, your parents, you, your coaches, how did that go?
So coming to that, it's a bit nostalgic. I would like to say so. Like most of the kids or professionals who are playing on the tour, I'm also a Fauji kid, coming from the defense background. My dad's in the Air Force. It was his vision that I should pursue the sport, I should play, and actually he introduced me to this lovely game, and I've been hooked ever since. Uh, Growing up, we always wanted to play all the sports, but golf was something that actually stuck with me. Being an individual sport, you don't need anyone to play. You are your own competitor, and that was something that I liked about the sport. And of course, when I started playing junior golf, the infrastructure was not, the golf was not seen as a game because at that point it was not an Olympic sport, of course. And over the years, that also came in. But telling people that you play golf and want to pursue it as a profession was not taken very well. People actually never thought that it can be played as a profession. So of course, but I started with the cities in Assam and I started golf there. So I started from a D city, moved on to a B, and then eventually A, Mumbai. And at that time, I still remember junior golf was not that competitive. Players were good, but the equipment, the mentoring, and the coaching, we were never exposed to all of this. There was no concept of having a mental trainer, physio, and all. It was just you have one coach and he's everything you got.
Everything, yeah.
So of course, and I don't blame my parents or this system for that. It is what it is, and it was something like that. That was the normal at that time.
The grit and the
Yes.
determination was big enough to
Yeah.
overpower the
Yeah.
lack of.
So
Yeah,
yeah, when I entered the main tour and when I started playing, I had only one goal, is to just get better every day, and eventually I know that I'm knocking on the door and I might win someday. And that came in Pune, and once I won, I never looked back. I think I won 4 events that year, 5 events out of the 10, and that was my journey to India number one. And it has been a journey that I would relish always. Everything has been good. uh, great junior golf career, amazing amateur career, and then I turned professional, won the Q school, PGTI Q school, and then transited into IGPL. And IGPL has been great. A whole different exposure, experience for us as youngsters. We never saw that coming. So of course that has been great.
I think something that IGPL has done really well is taken the players to different parts of the world
Yeah,
and exposed players to conditions which are never available. The kind of greens, the kind of wind. You guys were talking about Morocco the other day,
yeah,
about that you'd never even seen those kind of winds in place like Coimbatore. It felt like a baby. Coimbatore felt like a baby at that point of time when you saw the conditions in Morocco. They were very very difficult to play, but I think that is one way in which a lot of the golfers that go outside of India to play on international tours get that right kind of exposure. Having made the trip to South Africa, Morocco, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, I think is a great step which will take the professionals of India to higher levels of achievement in the international tours.
100%. I personally feel that playing golf for this long, that if you want to perform and if you want to make your country proud, you have to do it on the international stage. And IGPL has come in a way that I think honestly this year 50% of the events, close to 50%, are abroad. And to look at it, the amount of exposure and the amount of opportunities it is giving us at the first or the second year of you as a professional, as a rookie, is just no one can actually think of. That's like for a rookie, if you tell him that you're getting an Asian Tour debut at an international stage, playing with the best in the world, and you're getting to play abroad and compete with the best in the world, what else one can ask for? So I personally feel the vision and the idea behind it is something aligned to growing Indian golf to the next level. There might be a little, a lot of things happening in the ecosystem that we all are aware of, but I personally feel whatever is happening in this ecosystem is happening for good of the game, and we're happy about it because golf is growing in totality. No matter is it good or bad, but golfers are, you know at after a very long time, they are under they are delivering, and whatever is happening in the ecosystem is happening for the good of the game, and that is something that is very good for the coming
I
generation.
think with IGPL coming in, also PGTI also having to kind of make some changes in their entire ecosystem is only great for the players. And how it does feed into the junior levels is that today a parent is a little bit more at peace to consider their child wanting to pursue golf in India as a career,
Yeah,
and it just makes more opportunities for them. It creates more opportunities to make more money, develop a career, find opportunities to play outside of the country.
yeah,
So I think this little, whatever is this called, resistance is good, and the players are immensely benefiting out of it.
yeah.
So I think that's a great one. But the last question that I would have is, if there was one wish that was given to you, not only from the perspective of development or growth, but anything, that one wish that you had regarding golf in India, what would that be for you?
It's a very funny question. 5 years back from now, I used to always say that if I would have been in the ecosystem, I would have done this, I would have done that. You know, more international events and everything. And I ended up very much deep into the ecosystem 4 years later. I never thought that I'll be a vice president at 20 years of age. And now, when I am in the system, I personally feel that the one thing that I would definitely add would be giving our kids immense international exposure, playing more events abroad, because that is some different level of golf that our kids need to prep for. And we need to give them the right opportunities. So, this is where the foundation comes in. Our partnerships have grown immensely over the last few years. We are partners of Indian Golf Premier League, in that we are trying to grow grassroots golf. We are trying to take golf to the regular schools of our cities, and touch everyone with this beautiful sport. We are partners with the Royal and Asian R&A, under which we are growing golf for underprivileged. We are partners with uh, DP World. We are their preferred charity. We are currently partners with the Indian Golf Union, which is the apex body for golf in India. And with them, we are trying to grow the game and take it to the masses. And of course, our partnership with BMW India Foundation, the Gary and Vivian Foundation, is just an icing on the cake. So the whole idea of all these partnerships and all these setups is to give these kids an opportunity to play the sport the way it should be played, give them good opportunities not only in India but also outside. And we are investing heavily into them, and not with anything but only one agenda and one goal, that they are the future torch bearers of this game. And since we are talking about this, I would personally want to ask you that what would be one thing that would be on your wish list that you could have added back in the day and would want right now, that would change the perspective of junior golf in India?
I mean, I would say that I'd be a little selfish over here, but it also helps the beneficiary. But if you see all these major events, or if you see these PGA Tour events, right? You go, you see, they show you on TV there is a driving range where all the players are hitting balls, and I visualize this and imagine I'm trying to manifest it also a
So
little
you
bit.
see
See
all
all
these
these
top
top
players
players
in
in
the
the
world
world
hitting
hitting
balls
balls
at
at
the
the
range,
range, putting, and then you have like a coach standing like this and having a look at what the players doing. And you see Scotty Scheffler working with Randy Smith, and apart from very few, I've not seen a lot of the Indian coaches being stood like that at major tournaments or at PGA Tour or DP World events. Obviously, Shubhankar and Mr. Jesse Grewal is someone that I've seen, be a part of it, but not a lot of them, honestly. So I would want to be that one person, and I would want players from India being there, and I be a part of that team as a part of their journey, who's kind of helped them, tried my effort to kind of put into whatever I know, my experience, to help them get there. So have a lot many more from India being a force, not only participants, but also a force in all these events. So that's basically what my wish would be. And
That's
I think if we keep on doing camps like this, if there are facilities, infrastructure growth, partnerships, collaboration, we can only grow this game together. It's very difficult for only individual people to do things. That's why the world is moving towards collaboration, because you can take the benefit of both. So yeah, I think this is what
and
it is about.
I also believe in this, that everything, all the unions, all the tours and everything should come under one
Coming
umbrella.
together.
Would change the whole perspective of the nation. The way the golfers are right now will be way too different to what will happen after this. So the whole idea is to have everyone, every single person who has the interest to grow this game on the same table and take it from there.
That sounds good, Shat. I think you and I have a lot in common in this belief. Even
100%.
I believe that if everyone can come together and work for the reality of the sport and not their egos, I think everyone's going to benefit out of it, and especially the players and the sport of golf in the country.
Yes.
So it was great speaking with you, Shat, and I've had absolutely a blast in these 5 days. There's so much to learn that I've also got in these 5 days, and it was amazing being a part of all these kids' journeys.
The pleasure was all ours, and thank you for taking out for your time, your busy schedule. I know you have been how busy you have been, and the kids had a great time, and the feedback about you was amazing, and they are looking forward to work with you in your future, and hope we continue this partnership and keep growing the game in India.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there's so much happening in the world of golf in India now, and India is at a very interesting spot. when it comes to golf around the world. And we've started hosting international tournaments. We've got Rory, my favorite, Justin Rose, Tommy Fleetwood, defending champion, coming back to the Delhi Golf Club in October. So a lot of good things happening. Our girls playing great on the LET tour. Congratulations to Avni, Pranavi, and Diksha playing some solid golf last week. So there's so much to do. There's so much. The Asian Games squad is there. There's so much happening, and it's a really great sport and a great time to be present and involved in the golf industry. And there'll be a lot many more conversations that I'll be doing. And I really wish to kind of take this across the globe in terms of educating people what's happening, growing the sport in my own way in the country in whichever capacity I can, especially from the angle of helping players, families, parents, and the entire ecosystem. And it'll be great to have all of your support taking this forward in whichever way it is deemed to. So have a good one and keep the flag going strong.